The chandelier light danced across the dining room of the Grand View Hotel in Austin, Texas, its golden glow catching the silk of Elena Martinez's dress as she adjusted a vase of red roses. Elena, 34, had planned every detail for her 10th wedding anniversary with David, recreating the night they first kissed in this very hotel a decade ago. The table was adorned with their favorite Merlot, chilled to perfection, and a playlist of their old songs. Norah Jones and Etta James hummed softly through the speakers. All David had to do was show up after work. Elena's dark hair framed her hopeful smile, her heart fluttering with memories of his warm laugh, his hand in hers, promising forever. She'd spent weeks planning this night to rekindle their spark, dimmed by his late nights at the law firm and her own freelance marketing grind. She opened their shared Google Photos account to post that first date picture, her fingers swiping through memories of laughter and love. Then, her breath stopped. New photos, time-stamped today, showed David in a hotel room, a naked Latina woman reflected in a mirror behind him, her arm draped over his shoulder, her smile intimate. Elena's heart shattered, each image a dagger twisting deeper, his betrayal frozen in pixels under the harsh motel light. She sat frozen, the Grand View's elegance now suffocating, the scent of roses mocking her. David arrived 3 hours late, clutching wilted grocery store carnations, his tie askew, his smile forced. "Work was a mess, babe, and traffic was hell," he said, kissing her cheek, his eyes avoiding hers. Elena nodded, her throat tight, forcing a smile as the waiter poured wine, its clink against glass echoing her fracturing heart. Inside, she was drowning, but she kept her cool, her face a mask of calm through dinner, his small talk grating. That night, in their Austin condo's bathroom, she locked the door and cried silently, tears soaking her nightgown as David slept without a care, his snores a cruel rhythm through the walls. He didn't notice her red eyes, her trembling hands, his oblivion a fresh wound. Elena's pain hardened into resolve. She wouldn't scream or shout. She'd do her due diligence, gather evidence, and take everything in a divorce, ensuring David paid for his betrayal in a city that expected her to play the loyal wife, smiling through the gossip of society luncheons. The next morning, Elena moved with quiet purpose, her pain fueling a steely focus. She logged into their Google Photos account, downloading the incriminating photos before David could delete them. The metadata revealed timestamps and geolocation, 4 p.m. at a downtown motel, not his law firm's sleek office. Her heart ached. Memories of their early days, dancing at Austin's music festivals, dreaming of a family, now tainted. She remembered her grandmother Sofia, who'd raised her after her parents' bitter divorce, teaching her to face betrayal with cunning. "Men may break your heart, mija," Sofia had said, her Mexican accent thick, her hands kneading masa for tamales, "but you break their pride with your brain." In the attic, Elena found a wooden box, its carvings of marigolds faded, labeled "For Elena, when trust breaks." Her pulse quickened, memories flooding. Sofia's stories of surviving her husband's infidelity, her resilience in a border town, her voice urging Elena to stand tall. Inside were yellowed letters, a journal, a USB drive, and a note in Sofia's elegant script. "Use truth to reclaim your power." Elena plugged in the USB, her hands steady, sensing Sofia's strength guiding her through Austin's judgmental whispers, where neighbors saw her as David's wife, not a woman with her own fire. The USB held records from the 1980s, when Sofia worked as a paralegal at Harper & Sons, David's law firm, before its rebranding. Her journal detailed meticulous legal research stolen by her boss, David's mentor, Richard Harper, who claimed credit to build the firm's reputation. Sofia, a Mexican immigrant, was fired for protesting, labeled hysterical by a board that sneered at her ambition. The files included case notes, emails, and drafts, ignored at the time. Elena's chest tightened. Sofia's betrayal mirrored her own, a legacy of women dismissed by men in power. She recalled David's excuses, his colleagues' smirks when she visited the firm, their glances reducing her marketing degree and freelance success to trophy wife. The prejudice stung, her worth tied to David, her pain expected to be swallowed. But Sofia's note sparked fire. "I'll take everything," Elena vowed, her voice low in the attic's dust, the city's live oaks rustling outside. She'd use her skills and Sofia's evidence to expose David, not with tears but with strategy, in a city that expected her silence. Elena spent weeks gathering evidence, her nights lit by the laptop's glow, Sofia's journal open beside her. Austin's 6th Street buzzed below, its music a faint echo of happier times. She hired a private investigator, confirming David's affair with Maria, a paralegal at his firm, through motel receipts and grainy photos. She accessed their joint accounts, finding hidden withdrawals, thousands funneled to Maria's gifts, dinners, and trips. Each discovery was a knife, but Elena stayed composed, channeling Sofia's lessons. Let them think you're weak, then strike. She crafted a plan, a public divorce filing, timed with a reveal of David's infidelity and the firm's history of theft, linking it to Sofia's evidence. She designed a website, Truth in Love, to leak the photos and Sofia's files anonymously, coded to go live during David's firm Gala, where he'd pitch for partner. It was untraceable, built with her marketing tech skills, honed from years of freelance campaigns for Austin startups. She tested it at home, the condo's silence heavy, guilt tugging. What if this hurt their mutual friends, like Carla, who'd planned the anniversary with her? But Sofia's words, "Reclaim your power," echoed, and Elena pictured their first kiss, now a lie. "You broke us, David," she whispered, tears falling on the journal, the marigold carvings gleaming in the dim light. Elena contacted Sofia's old colleague, Mrs. Vargas, via encrypted email, posing as a researcher. Vargas, now retired, confirmed Sofia's story, her voice heavy with regret. "They buried her work. I stayed quiet, ashamed." Her testimony strengthened Elena's plan. She'd launched the website during the gala, letting David's world unravel publicly. In Austin, where society wives at brunches whispered about her perfect marriage, Elena felt Sofia's spirit, rooted in stories of Mexican resilience, of women rebuilding after betrayal in dusty border towns. She visited Sofia's old church, its stained glass glowing, and lit a candle for strength, determined to rewrite her story in a city that expected her to forgive and forget. Carla, her best friend, noticed her distance and asked, "Elena, what's wrong?" Elena confided, and Carla's eyes blazed. "Take him down," she said, promising to stand by her. The support steeled Elena's resolve, her heart aching but her mind sharp, ready to face the gala. The firm's gala glittered at Austin's Driscoll Hotel, chandeliers casting light over lawyers in tuxedos and gowns. Elena wore a crimson dress, her smile sharp as she mingled, David at her side, oblivious, his hand brushing hers as if nothing had changed. He took the stage, pitching for partner, his voice smooth, boasting of his loyalty to the firm. Elena's website launched silently, lobby screens flashing, "Truth in Love." Photos of David and Maria appeared, intimate, undeniable, followed by Sofia's files, exposing the firm's stolen legacy. Gasps filled the room, partners whispering, phones buzzing as guests shared the links. David froze, his face ashen, his speech faltering. "A hack!" he stammered, his eyes darting to Elena, who stood calm, her heart racing with triumph. Maria, in the crowd, flushed, slipping out. Hours later, Elena's blog post went viral, numbered Truth in Love, trending as Austin's elite and social media shared it. Vargas's testimony hit the news, confirming the firm's theft. David's partnership bid collapsed, his reputation shattered, the firm's prestige crumbling. Elena filed for divorce the next day, her lawyer citing the photos and financial misconduct, securing their condo, savings, alimony, and half his firm equity. Carla hugged her, saying, "You're unstoppable, Elena." She smiled, thinking of Sofia's pride, but knew one final piece awaited to seal her victory. A month later, an envelope arrived from a firm librarian containing a letter from Sofia, dated 1998, hidden in the archives. Elena's hands shook as she read, "Mija, I saved my evidence, knowing you'd face their kind. Expose them, but build your future." Sofia had foreseen her fight, planting the USB with faith in Elena's strength, her love a beacon through Austin's prejudice. The letter included a legal affidavit affirming Sofia's work, never filed due to fear. Tears streamed down Elena's face, memories flooding, Sofia's tamales steaming, her stories of surviving betrayal, her hands guiding Elena's dreams under Texas stars. Elena used the affidavit to sue the firm, winning a settlement for Sofia's stolen work. She launched a marketing firm, hiring women betrayed by systems, single mothers, immigrants, mentoring them to rise. At the launch, Carla and friends filled the room, their applause warm, Maria absent, her own shame keeping her away. Elena placed Sofia's wooden box on her desk, its marigold carvings gleaming, a symbol of love and justice. Austin's whispers turned to awe, Elena's name a beacon in a city that once expected her silence. Her firm partnered with local shelters, empowering women to rebuild, teaching marketing to break cycles of betrayal. Elena had turned pain into power, not with screams, but with the sharp edge of her mind, honoring Sofia's legacy in every step, her heart healed by purpose.